300 plus 30x. So that's this original, he goes 300 and then 30 per yard. So 300, he's going to start. So that's for my rec center here, 300. And then he swims 30 yards per lap. Okay, and this is my number of laps. So like, for example, if he went 2 laps, he would have gone 60. If he went 4, he would have gone 80 laps. If he went 5, he would have gone 100 laps. I'm sorry, 150 laps because it's 30. So if he went 5 laps, it would have been 150 yards. I'm just multiplying. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over to 5 laps and I'm going to go up 150. So here's 50, 100, 150. So that's what's confusing about this, is that the markings, your measurements here don't always match. So this is counting by 1. This is counting by 50. So it's a little bit different. Kind of have to be careful. Okay, now for the gym, it says he would complete 250-yard warm-up. So he's already starting at 250. And then he goes 40 yards per lap. So if I went 2 laps, it would be 80. If I went 4, so 4 40s would be 160. If he went 5, so 5 and 40 would be 200. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. So 5 and 40 is 200. So here's where I started. I'm going to go up 200. So 50, 100, 150, 200. So as you can see, it is that ordered pair that I found by zooming in on Desmos at 5, 450. Just a different way of graphing it on here, okay? So the question, how many yards? So what's the distance that they both match? And that's at 450. All right, so Brenda wants to buy a charm bracelet. Ashland Fine Jewelry charges $6 per charm plus $70 for the bracelet. Lamb Jewelers, in contrast, charges $14 per charm and $30 for the bracelet. If Brenda wants to add a certain number of charms to her bracelet, the cost will be the same at either jewelry shop. How many charms would that be? Okay, so I need to write a system and graph them. So my 2 situations here is Ashland versus Lamb. Okay, so Ashland, it's $6 per charm plus $70 for the bracelet. Since this is saying per charm, that would be what's going to change here. This plus 70, she has to buy the bracelet regardless of how many charms. That's not going to change, that plus 70. So automatically, Ashland here is starting out at 70 because the bracelet already costs 70, and it's $6 per charm. So if she bought 1 charm, she would pay 6. If she bought 2, it would be 12. 3 would be 18. 4 is 24. 5 would be 30. And so on and so forth. So this graph over here, these are counting by tens. So since 30 was a nice, good, even number, that's what I'm going to do. So here's where I started. So up 10, 20, 30. Then Lamb Jewelers here is $14 per charm and $30 for the bracelet. So automatically she has to pay $30 for the bracelet. So that's where I'm going to start on the y-axis. That's the base cost. Doesn't matter how many charms, I had to pay $30. Then $14 per charm. So once again, I want to come up with a nice even number. Oops, didn't mean to do that. 14, it's kind of a strange number to try and come up with, but I know that if she bought 10, that would be 140. If she bought 5, that would be what? 100 would be 70. So I guess that'll be a good one to count from. So if she bought 5, because 5 times 14, and we'll double check it to make sure I'm not being crazy. Let's see, 5 times 14 is 70. Yeah. So I'm going to let her buy 5 charms. So at 5 charms, she's going to go up $70. So 10, 20, goodness gracious, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. All right, which is good because that's where they're crossing. That's our intersection point. That's the solution. So how many charms was that they bought? 5. So at 5 charms, it's going to be the same. Okay. So these are a little bit confusing at first, but the more you do them, they do start getting easier and easier. I hope that this video was helpful.